I've had this truck for almost a year now, so I have a lot of seat time in it, and there are just 5 little annoying things. Well, good morning everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, real quick before I get going, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, today I wanted to talk about 5 things. It's really almost 6, but 5 things that I hate about my Toyota Tacoma back here. Now, you see a lot of videos like this on the web, and it seems like they always come out 3 days after the truck is purchased, you know? And I'm like, well, how can you really determine what you like or don't like if you've only had the truck a couple of days, you know? I've had this truck for almost a year now, so I have a lot of seat time in it, and there are just 5 little annoying things. Hate might be too strong of a word, really. More like really dislike about my Toyota Tacoma. Now, this is a 2018 TRD Sport. So I'm going to set you guys up. We're going to show you 5 things that I really dislike about my Tacoma. All right, the first thing, and this happens as soon as you approach the truck, right? When you walk up to get in, the entry point in the truck is awkward. It's too small. You know, when you step up here to get into the truck, it's difficult to not hit your head on the entryway here. It's just a narrow or an awkward opening, I think. So when you come up here, you know, let's see if I can demonstrate for you guys. You come up here, you grab onto something, and we'll get to that in a minute. But you kind of have to step up, and then, you know, I did that a little too hard. You kind of have to bend down a little bit, get in, and move your leg. I mean, right now my leg is, there we go, cramped under the wheel. It's great once you get in. I mean, I don't have any real problems once you're inside the truck. I mean, it's comfortable enough. There's plenty of room in here, really. I mean, it's not a full-size truck, of course, but it is comfortable, and I do like, you know, the cockpit area once you get in. But kind of tying into this awkward entry point, and I'm gonna kind of sit you guys up on the other side over here and show you this next part, because it goes right along with the awkward entry into the truck. All right, so I showed you the awkward entry when you get in, trying not to slam your head into this roof part here when you get in. But the other problem is there is nowhere to grab over here. There should be a grab handle over here. I mean, we have one on the passenger side. Even the Tundra that's out there didn't come with one, my trim level anyway. I did put that in. There at least is an aftermarket option. But in the Tacoma, there's no grab handle. There's nowhere to put your hands, you know. So what do? You walk up, and the general, I believe, rule is 3 points of contact, right? To get in or out of anything safely. 3 points of contact for whatever it's worth. So you come in here, and obviously you have your foot on the ground or on your step bar. That's point 1. And then usually on the door, in my case, because you have to have somewhere to grab onto, maybe, I don't know. Or you just have to, and this is how I generally do it. I come up, I'll step on the step rail there, have my hand on the door, and then I grab the wheel. Now, it would be nice if there was a handle here to grab instead of having to grab my wheel to do this. But that's what I do. I grab the wheel, jump up in the air like that, and then come down and make sure that I don't slam my head like I showed you a few minutes ago on this roof pillar here, if you will, to get into the truck. It needs some sort of a rail over here, and I can't believe that there's no option out there that you can get, like I did in the Tundra, to have some kind of a grab handle over here. All right, the next thing that I'm gonna mention, and I've talked or alluded to this a little bit in some of the other videos that I've done, but is this charging station that they have in the Tacoma. And it's, of course, if you don't know, it's located right here. And you'll notice I do have a pad over mine, and I don't leave that pad over it, you know, when I've tried to use this. So you have the charging station down here. You push a button, you know, to turn it on or whatever to charge, and then you lay your phone down there, and it's supposed to charge your phone up. Now, The problem that I have, and some of this is personal preference. I have a case on my phone, as many I think do, and on the back of my case I have a metal plate. That's where the problem comes in. I have a metal plate because I have this magnet up here where I put my phone when I'm driving around, or if I'm making videos, or just a convenient place to store it. We've gone dark. Just as a convenient place to store it when I'm riding around. So I know that part of it's my fault, right? And I know those of you who stopped watching the video right there are gonna say, well, if you didn't have that plate on the back, you wouldn't have the problem, it would work. I agree. It would work if I didn't have the plate on the back. So that's not really the issue. The issue for me is when you put it down there, at least with my phone, without the case, without the metal plate on the back, it gets hot. It gets really hot. And it even mentions in the directions that it can get hot. Now, again, little personal angle on this. I have an iPhone. And if any of you have the iPhone, mine's the iPhone 10, whatever they call it, I don't know which one. But when it gets hot, it shuts down. It goes into like emergency overheat mode. And the phone shuts off. Allowing it to cool, which is a built-in safety feature of the phone. I understand that. I've had it out in the sun before when I've been making videos, or just laid it down while I'm doing something else, and it goes into that mode. But what that really does for me is renders that little charging station area right there useless. So for me, I suppose the charging station is really more of an emergency option. You know, should I run into a situation where I've used up all my power and I need a quick fix or something just to get the phone charged up for some reason, you know, I can throw it down there for a little bit, get a charge in it a little bit, and have access to the phone should I need it. But from a practical standpoint, you know, I would rather just plug the phone in, you know, to one of the outlets down here, you know, the old cable, right? And that's probably not exactly the one, but you get the idea. Plug it into a port and be able to have it charge the old-fashioned way via a wire. So that's another thing I really dislike about my Tacoma. Okay, the next one has to do with entry into the truck. Let's walk over here because this really deals with the passenger side. And that is the lack of touch entry over here on the passenger side door handle. You know, on the driver's side, you walk up, you have the key in your pocket, you touch the handle right in this area, I believe, and underneath, and it unlocks the truck. You can open the door, get in, and it's fantastic. But we don't have that for some reason on the passenger side. Now, I've had people comment when I've mentioned this in other videos about, well, it's for security, you know, that way when you're in the truck somebody can't run up and open the door. That's a bunch of BS. Other vehicles have it. I've had other vehicles that have it. It has nothing to do with security. And when you're in the truck, if your keys are in your pocket, let's say, on the other side, it doesn't work. Someone can't walk up to the truck and touch that when you're in the driver's side, let's say, and gain access to the truck. It just doesn't work that way. You have to be within, I think it's like 18 inches, something like that, of the door handle on any vehicle I've ever had that had it on the other side for that to open. So it doesn't have anything to do with security, you know? They just didn't put it on. They didn't put it on either for cost savings or I don't really know why, but it'd be nice to have one there. And the reason is because there have been and continue to be a number of times where I'll walk up to the truck and I've got stuff and I want it to be on the passenger side and I can't open the door without digging through my pocket. My hands are full of stuff, right? I gotta dig through my pocket, I gotta grab my keys, I gotta hit the button, or I gotta run around to the other side of the truck, tap the handle, and then hope I make it to the other side before the truck auto locks, because if you unlock your vehicle and don't open the door, at least the way mine is set right now anyway, and that's how I like it, it will auto lock. And I'm not gonna change the settings just for this. So I gotta run around to the other side, and it's usually plenty of time, to be honest. I exaggerate that a little bit. But you do have to run around to the other side so that you can get in and open it up and do what you wanted to do. By the time I do all that, I might as well just throw the stuff across the seat into the passenger side and be done with it, right? I don't know. The last thing that I'm going to talk about are the headlights. This truck does not have auto headlights. I don't know why. I don't know why it doesn't have auto headlights. As you guys can see right there, it's just, I have it on daytime running lights now, but it's off DRLs, driving lights, and then headlights. I wish it had the option, or it had the feature of auto headlights on. It's a very nice thing to have, and in this day and age, my Tundra, which is lacking some of the other things because it's not a super loaded Tundra, but my Tundra has that feature. And it's really nice to be able to get in the truck and not have to worry about screwing with the lights. And these are some of them, I know, not you know, world-changing things, but it would be a nice little feature to have, you know? Why not throw auto headlights in this trim? I mean, there are a lot of options on this truck. It's not a base model by any means. So why don't we have auto headlights? I don't know. It should definitely be in this truck. Who knows? Anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk about a few of the things that I really, really do dislike. Again, hate is probably a pretty strong word, but I really, really dislike about this truck and the things, some of the things that it doesn't have, or the way that some of the things work, like the charging station. Some of them are personal preferences. I'm sure there are going to be some of you guys out there that disagree with me. Hey, that's okay. If we all like the same thing, it'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it? We'd all be driving around gray trucks with identical features. As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. What do you dislike about your Tacoma? There must be something. Nothing's perfect, right? We'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.